And you know what happens to them? They
Slip
get
my wrist
used,
now.
abused, and misused.
Exactly.
They get played. You know why? They don't know Jesus.
Absolutely.
But that's what you're here for.
That's why y'all are here. Help us explain the rules. Okay? Am I good? You need?
Yeah, let's
I
get
can stay here
started.
all day.
We know. We know. Okay, again, we want you to state your name, the rule that you would like to discuss. Yeah, pick out a rule that you would like to discuss.
All right. So, Brother Jackson, do you think it's possible to come into relationships without baggage?
No. And the reason why I say that is because basically when we were young, we looked at our parents regarding relationship. And whatever we saw, that's what we injected as children. That would be a relationship. As we got older, we began to see other things. And those other things we pulled in. Now, the thing is, when we pulled those things in from the relationship, we didn't realize what was good and what was bad.
So do I have baggage going to a relationship because I've had bad relationships? Or do I have baggage going to a relationship because I have a soul tie somewhere that I haven't been able to reclaim?
Matter of fact, both of those are correct actually, because first of all, you have a bad relationship because number one, you really don't know from whence you've come, and then those things that you've understood that is a relationship probably isn't, because you know when you saw your father come home, you knew your father was a worker, you know your mom worked, but yet when he came home, he brought work home with him, and so that affected the relationship that they had. And when you get things like that that affect the relationships, that turns everything around. Also, once you get into a relationship, you got to remember those bad relationships that you've had, and you've had intimacy with those relationships.
Right.
You collect things from that relationship. So you actually bring something else from that old relationship into the new relationship.
So as I'm collecting notches on my belt and relational baggage,
Right.
how can I unpack this before I go into another relationship? Because I want her to have all of it. How do I unpack this?
Well, that's, matter of fact, it's really simple, actually. What you have to do is, first of all, find out who you are and where you are. Because, again, you can't help anybody else if you can't help yourself. So, first of all, you go ahead and you get yourself together, find out where you are with you, where you are at your job, where you are at goals, where you are with finance, where you are with how you feel about yourself.
I'm so confused. I loved it her and she broke my heart, man. I don't care where I am and it's her. It's all about her, man. What I do.
Well, then the thing is, again, even though you loved it, her, the bottom line is that apparently your love wasn't strong enough for the both of you because she left you. So now what you have to do is understand what happened in that particular relationship.
So I'm broken. She left me and I'm broke? Hold on. She left me. She made a bad decision when she left me. I'm broke?
Of course, because remember, you said you loved it her. See, so now you have to understand that's where that intimacy comes in. You have to understand when you trade sexually with someone, that is intimacy. You giving to her, she's giving to you. So now watch this. Whatever it is that she has, you need to go ahead and say, hey, if this is not going to be a part of me, I need to go ahead and release that. Once you release that, then you're able to go ahead and get new challenges.
But you know now. You know. She's good to be, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to, it's all in my brain. I don't even know how I can ever possibly get over what she did to me.
But I'll tell you what. Mama Linky said, just because it's good to you, it's not good for you.
The how? My heart hurts, man. I'm in a fetal position laying over there crying because she out with some other dude.
Well, again, you still have to go ahead and move forward. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be overnight. Because again, y'all been in a relationship for that amount of time. So you got to continue just to move forward, take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and you'll be all right.
So I can get over this by finding the next conquest and going on and jumping on the next person in my life.
Well, not necessarily jumping on them, but what you can do is make sure that you are prepared for the next relationship. Not just You know, you get out of one, then you jump in the other, and then you talking about, man, I got this knucklehead. Oh, I got this chicken head.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that helps my heart any, but it certainly helps my head. Thank you so much.
Not a problem, man. Talking to your head and not your
I
heart.
hear you. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
job.
Bishop, you are applying for co-host
Yes, ma'am.
only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Can you ask me any questions? That's hilarious. Don't even lose my cool point. That's hilarious. No, you look.
That's where everything happens. You got that. You don't know.
Did you drive down from Richmond or you drove down from Arlington? You'll be able to make it down if we have to do filming?
I used to go to college at CMU, so
Okay.
I used to drive this.
Okay. So what do you do now?
I am a fitness instructor, actually, for children at my gym.
Sure, you own your own gym.
What's that?
You own your
Oh,
own
no, it's called My Gym.
Okay.
It's a franchise. I work with children from as young as 6 months all the way up to 12, 13 to do fitness. I'm also a cheer coach. I work
Oh,
with high
you were
school.
seeing cheer.
I was a senior
I
cheer.
see your picture on Facebook.
Oh, gosh.
So,
Okay.
you're doing good, doing good. So, you are 25.
I am.
You own up here on the show? Okay, I'm just checking, you know.
Years.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Know yourself. So, you're going to introduce yourself. Yeah.
Three, two, one, action.
Hi, I'm Nicole Bell, and I'm here applying for the coach position. I'm here to talk about knowing yourself today.
Okay, so Nicole, let's be brutally honest, right? Great look, good looks, great sex for lots of money. If you really know yourself, what is it?
Great sex.
Great sex.
Yes.
More than money?
Yes.
Why?
Because you can make money anytime. You can. That's what jobs are for. Great sex with someone, finding that chemistry, that's rare. That's 1 in a million. You know?
So, is it possible to have great sex with somebody you're not physically attracted to?
I would say no.
No?
I mean, usually you get there because you are attracted to someone, so it's really, I don't know. I find it very hard to want to get it on with someone if you're not physically attracted to them. I feel like that's the primal instinct. That's the first thing you're going to see when you're attracted to someone. Then maybe the personality, or if you're in the club or something like that, it could be something like, oh, it seems cute. It's good enough. So you got to have a little bit of the looks there.
So, what happens if, because once you turn 40, 50,
Once you know when you get
60,
there.
great sex becomes maybe non-sex, which becomes sometimes sex. What do you do in a relationship then?
Intimacy, by that time, if you're seeing someone, you should have built a great, solid, strong foundation to the point where you can do more than just having great sex. Great sex is it's very important, but it's also a bonus at the same time, simultaneously. So, when hopefully, God willing, when I'm 50 or 60 and I'm with someone, with my husband, I'll have plenty of things to do other than sex, because, as much as I like it, you're gonna get tired of it from time to time, and you're gonna want to eat. I hope someone can cook for me.
So talk to me about the difference between intimacy and great sex.
The difference between intimacy and great sex. So intimacy is the ability to have a bond and create something without being physical. So and great sex is, the chemistry that you have between the sheets. So intimacy to me could be something as simple as, I come home from a stressful day and you got a Twix bar for me. And I love Twix bars. And you're like, you know what? I got your favorite movie, baby. Let's cuddle. There it is, done. Something as simple as that.
So can you have great sex or good intimacy without fully understanding who you are?
I doubt it. The better you know yourself, the better you know what you want, what's going to make you happy, what doesn't make you happy. So it really takes some time and being alone, honestly, and getting to know yourself. And I've gone through that phase like that. I'm currently in a relationship, and I know what makes me happy now, and I love that. I'm very open, more than I've ever been. So, and I'm there because I was able to spend time with myself.
Outstanding. Hey, well, I want to tell you, thank you for coming, having this transmission
Thank you so
conversation.
much.
Okay.
Where do you reside? Where do you live?
Alexandria.
Okay, you drove in from Alexandria?
Yes.
Okay, and you're applying for co-host?
Yes,
Okay, if you don't get co-host, would you be interested in any other position?
of course. I'm open for everything. I do anything.
Okay, and you're in a relationship?
I am.
Do you currently have a job, a regular job?
I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a My Gym fitness instructor, so the schedule is very flexible in itself, and the supervisor I work with, she's probably the best supervisor I've ever had. So schedule-wise, I can usually.
We close enough together? You good?
You can, yep,
Oh,
stay,
you're trying to-
yeah, because
you're
I've
trying
got,
to separate it. Okay,
right,
all right.
there you go,
Okay,
I've got one for you, for the both of you, yep.
Okay. Yeah, this one. So you want to say everything you told me? Who you are, what position you apply for, what we need to talk about.
Please silence your phones, because we are recording.
Then we'll get to it.
Don't yet, I'm ready. I know, I'm joking.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, action.
Hi, my name is Chiquita, and I'm auditioning for the co-host position, and we're going to discuss the Know Us rule today.
So Chiquita, right?
Yeah.
Like banana.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so, you know, we want to talk about know our us. Who is an us?
Well, us is, well, speaking on relationship terms, us is you and your partner together.
But why is it important that we know our us? I know me. I know her. So,
Oh.
no, good.
Well, the question is, how do you both function together? You might know her separately, or, you know, I might know him separately, but how do you all function together is what matters.
So do we have a collective set of rules we live by? Do we have separate boundaries? I know my boundaries, and you know your boundaries might be a little different than mine. How do we mix those two together?
Yeah.
I mean, I am the man, so you're going to follow my lead, right?
Well, sometimes a woman should be able to have a certain amount of dominance in a relationship too, and from different aspects. A man might think that he's supposed to have all of the control, but sometimes it's okay for a woman to step up and have a little bit of
So
control.
when is it okay for a woman to dominate a man?
When it comes to different household issues, maybe it's okay for a woman to put her foot down about different rules, or certain stuff that might have happened in a previous relationship with that man. It's okay for a woman to put her foot down about certain rules that are going to carry into the new relationship.
So why should I allow her baggage to start making rules in my relationship?
No, it's not necessarily baggage. It's more so sometimes guys do stuff that they've done or was acceptable in a previous relationship, and then the new woman has to make it known that that's something that is not okay with her.
Like what?
Maybe like certain stuff like cheating sometimes. Some women are okay with that, or some people are in open
I want to meet
relationships.
those women. So
Well, some people are more so in open relationships or have been in open relationships. And versus when they get into a relationship that's monogamous, it's a lot different. So it's a new set of rules.
So it's possible that because you love me, you might actually change some of your core values to be with me.
Well, some women I won't, but some women do.
Yeah. So Virginia Beach is the world's largest community of swingers. So per capita. So if we were in a relationship and I was in the lifestyle, okay, how would you put a boundary on us if it's the lifestyle you knew I lived prior to coming into a relationship?
Well, two. It might be because of our age too. Graduate school.
Okay, awesome.
George Washington University. Public relations.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay,
That's what I'm
awesome. My
talking
daughter is applying for George Washington
Okay.
in
good
public
luck.
relations, like her mama. Oh, Tanya, straight here. Tanya, what you
Do it a broken heart. most people don't reach out and don't cut me now.
She's actually gonna reach out and cut you.
Yeah, she leaning over, right?
Okay? 3, 2, 1, action.
Hi, I'm Zadonna Moore, and I'm auditioning for the co-host position. And the rule that we're talking about today is know how to guard the kids.
Guard kids.
Yes, guard the kids.
Why you gotta guard your kids from me?
Because the kids are the number one.
How you got a relationship with me and I not be number one and the kids number one?
First of all, because the kids come first.
Why?
Because the kids come first for everything. That is the number one priority.
After you marry me, the kids first?
Yes.
Wrong answer.
No.
Wrong answer.
Right
First of all, okay. How can you, when the kids are gonna leave at some juncture, I'm gonna be there. How can they be the number one in front of me when you married to me?
Okay. Let me go ahead and specify that.
Break it out.
Okay, because you're talking about towards like the end of the relationship until death do us part.
Oh, the marriage
or
ain't the end of the relationship. That's the
Yeah,
beginning of the
you're
relationship.
talking about like the death part. Let's talk about like the beginning part of whatever.
I'm talking
Okay.
for the better and for the better and for richer and for richer. That part.
Okay, now, there's different types of relationships. You have
Okay.
relationships that people don't have kids to start off with, or you have relationships where people have kids to start off with.
Okay.
But when it comes to the children are always going to come first.
So what are you protecting them from?
You're protecting them from any kind of harm. You're protecting them from emotions. You're protecting them from the fights.
But you protect. I'm your man. Why are you protecting from me?
You're protecting them from us.
From us.
Yes, the thing is that kids do not need to sit here and see any kind of instability going on in the household. A lot of relationships going on right now is that the adults don't understand is that what is going on between us is actually affecting them. Too many couples are sitting here talking about how, oh my gosh, we're gonna sit here and stick together for the kids. They don't understand that if we can't stand each other, basically we're hurting the kids.
So if you're dating, do I have a responsibility to your kids for anything?
The thing is, if you're dating me, you're dating my kids.
I didn't sign up to date your kids. I ain't the dad.
Okay, if I tell you I have kids, and the thing is that if you're expecting to date me, eventually you're gonna sit here and expect to sit here and meet my kids.
How long before I have to meet the kids? Because I ain't trying to take the kids out to McDonald's. I ain't trying to take them out to Burger King right now. I'm trying to get to know you. I'm not trying to get to know you kids because, at some juncture I might even like them.
Then you're not my type.
No, I mean, I gotta find out if I like you first before I decide I don't want to like your kids.
Okay, so on day one, if we're sitting here dating and I tell you I have kids, what's your response?
Okay. What does that got to do with me?
What's that got to do with you?
On the first date, your kids ain't got nothing to do with me.
So your response is, okay, what's that got to do with you?
Yeah, right now.
Date over.
Why? Why?
Okay, what's that got to do with you? Wrong answer.
First of all,
You're not my type.
your kids should not even know I even exist.
Oh no, my kids wouldn't know you exist. But the thing is that if you want to get to know me, the thing is that that's my way of getting to know you. Because if I sit here and say I have children, how do you feel about that? Your response shouldn't be, okay, what's that got to do with me?
What should it be? Oh, I'm so happy you got kids. I got kids too. Okay, fine, got kids. Now let's get back to adult business.
We're talking about the rule of how to guard your kids.
Yeah, so guarding your kids. First rule of guarding your kids is don't make sure kids don't know nothing about me until you and I are in a semi-permanent, monogamous, long-term relationship.
But that's
Otherwise,
where this conversation started about talking about I'm your husband and the kids are going off to college.
okay. So if I'm your husband, you shouldn't be protecting kids at all.
Actually, the thing is that the kids don't need us. The kids come first.
See, if the kids need us, they come first for us. But in our relationship, I got to come before the kids. Even if you brought the kids into the relationship, if we're gonna be married, I come before the kids. You come before my kids because we married. That's the covenant relationship, not the kids. That ain't a covenant relationship. It's a stewardship relationship.
Really?
Really?
Really? Okay, so let's put this example up here. Let's say that you travel for your job.
Okay.
Okay, and we have children. Now, instead of you sitting here wanting to travel, make that good money to take care of your home, we have a new house, we have 3 kids. You want to sit here and you want to be with your wife, watch your wife, you want to sit here and take care of your wife, you want to wait on her hand and foot.
Absolutely.
Okay, but the thing is that now bills are getting piled up. Your wife is not able to work because maybe she is disabled or something. But the thing is
She
that
have more babies. That's what.
no, she doesn't have more babies. It's that she can't work at that moment.
Okay.
But the only way to go ahead and for you to afford to help take care of that family is for you to go back on that road.
I love a wife like that, I'm going to make sure she provided for me. So if I got to go hit the road, I'm going to hit the road. The bottom line is, that's about her. They ain't about them kids. Because you know what? End of the day, the kids are going to go away. They're going to be gone.
You said make sure she's provided for. The thing is that at that moment, it's a family. Everybody's in that house.
So
So overall concept, not just her, also the kids. Know how to guard the kids. It sounds like you're being selfish.
I am
You
being
need to think about
selfish.
everybody.
I'm thinking of everybody.
No, you're not. You said her.
You know, because her is my world, and guess what? The kids are just an added benefit.
No. See, that's where you go wrong, and that's where a lot of men go wrong.
Back to your corners. Awesome. Z, where do you live?
I live in Norfolk.
You live in Norfolk.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have kids?
Yes, I have 3.
Married, single, divorced?
I'm married.
You're married? Okay. Okay. And you really want the co-host position?
I do.
Why should we select you?
But I know I have the personality for it. I do. I have the personality for it, and me, I always feel like the best way to go ahead and get people's attention and
You in a relationship?
I am.
Married?
No, want to be, not yet though.
What's his problem? What's his problem?
No problem. No, goodness, I'm running the wrong way. Okay, to better explain it, as far as marriage is the end goal for me with a relationship, I could not.
All right. You want to introduce yourself, say what you're applying for, and what role you want to talk about.
All right.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, action.
Hello, I'm Kylie Michelle Proctor, and I am auditioning for either the co-host or the correspondent. And the rule we're talking about today is know yourself.
So here you go, Kylie.
Yes.
Know yourself, right? And
Yes.
so many people don't know themselves.
Yes.
Here's what I want to really know. What every girl has a list of rules.
Yes, every guy should have a list too,
Okay.
but
What should be on every woman's list of what she must have?
on every woman's list, for one thing, it needs to go for what works for you. Now, my list might be different from her list. Her list might be different from your list. But on your list, it needs to be the things that are going to make you happy. The things you like, the things you don't like, the things you're going to settle for, the things that are not a no-go, like not happening. There should be, on your list, should be the things that you're not going to bend for. The things that are going to be, you know, I'm gonna see this person, he's everything on my list, this is what I want. He might irritate me today, but he's got 3 out of the 4 things on my list. So, we
So,
can go.
all right. So, how many things should be on this list, and what are some of the things that should be on there?
Okay, I would say the list should not be like an arm length long. We don't need to be like super special with the list because anything too demanding is gonna be hard to date you. It's gonna be hard to marry you. But I would say the list needs to be those core values of things that you see in yourself because that's gonna help you find out who you're compatible with.
So, you don't want someone just like you.
Not necessarily, some like me, but I also do feel like opposites attract. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm an outgoing person, but I love people that are more closed off in a shell because that kind of gives me the urge to kind of bring you out of it.
So, do you think that couples should do a Myers-Briggs or a DISC assessment to kind of figure out the personalities?
You know, it's funny because I've done a Myers-Briggs at the office I work at, and it was really, really interesting. I don't think it could hurt a relationship to do a personality test because you could find out things that, you know, you never spoke about, you never talked about. Oh, I didn't know you felt that way. So I don't think it could hurt. Absolutely not.
All right. So, what's on your list?
What's on my list? Okay, education's important.
So, means you have a high school graduate.
I would prefer a high school graduate. College would be awesome too, but I'm not even going to stay on the realms of something like concrete. I need to be able to have an intelligent conversation with you.
So I can be street smart, but not necessarily book smart.
I mean, you could be street smart to an extent. I don't want to go out, we're on a date and we're doing drive-bys and stuff. That's on my list of no-no. That's not cute. We're not doing that.
So I gotta be Urkel, and be
You
real
know what?
smart.
To date me, you probably could be Urkel. To
Okay.
be honest. I mean, I'm not going to knock that.
So I can't defend you. I can't
Wait a
defend
minute.
your honor.
Oh, Lord.
But I can
Okay,
defend
all
the
right.
top
Can we
way.
be like Urkel with a little bit of Devo? Just like a little bit. Just like a little pinch.
Okay.
That's an interesting mixture.
Someone like me. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
So,
okay.
but on your list,
Yes.
are there some things that you must not have?
must not
What are your
have.
must-nots?
Must not is procrastination and laziness. I mean, I don't know how the rest of the ladies feel about that, but somebody that's gonna sit on their butt all day and I'm the one getting up and I'm the one working.
But
and
you
you're
love
not
me.
I
You're good
do.
for
I
that.
love lots of people. I know, but
No,
I love myself
I don't
too.
want you
though.
loving lots of people. You love
Okay,
me.
that's
so,
true.
So
I
you,
love my mom is
so,
what I
so,
meant.
so it's okay if I lay around
No,
while you
absolutely
service
not.
me and take
Absolutely.
care of me.
Whoa, no. Is this before or after I bust you upside your head? No.
Listen, see, you can't get married that way because
Mm.
because a man depends upon her
Okay.
to take care of him.
I disagree 100%. It's 50-50.
And you've been a man for how long?
I've never been a man before. You're right. That's absolutely true.
Okay.
But at the same time, so then you're saying that if you're relying on me, what, to cook and to clean?
And
What else?
dress me and make sure
Dress
I
you.
look good.
So what are
all
you
that.
doing? Are you changing my oil? Are you mowing the grass? What are you doing?
I'm paying for someone to mow the grass. I'm paying for
You're
someone to
paying,
change the oil. Okay.
so you have a good job, I'm assuming.
Of course, I have a good job.
Okay.
Or else I can't afford you.
But you have no skills.
No, I have some skill. I have a good job.
Okay, you have a good job, and then you come home and you sit on your behind all day.
I work all day. I don't need to work when I come home.
No. How are we maintaining the household? Do we have kids? I mean,
If it don't pay me $100 an hour, I pay somebody else to go do it.
oh my goodness, that is an interesting insight. I can't
Absolutely.
afford that personally right now.
No, but that's why you got me. 'Cause
That's why I
can.
got you. Which, okay, so what are we doing as far as our relationship goes? Like, you're paying for everything.
Yeah.
I'm cooking for you. I'm dressing you. I'm doing all. What are you doing for me?
I'm paying for everything.
Okay,
That's
but
what
I
I'm
need
doing.
more than that.
Yes,
we
but
need more than
you
that.
have the
It's not just
privilege
about
of
that.
taking care of me
That's what-
because you know yourself so well that you are nurturing,
Okay, I am nurturing,
and you want to nurture me.
but I know myself to know that I need a partner. That's what a relationship is about.
Great. Thank you for having this
All right,
conversation.
thank you so much.
Kylie?
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
Go ahead. Will was gonna-
Have you ever done anything like this or taken any type of?
Let me take some notes out of here.
He was like,
That's why I'm.
Me too.
3, 2, 1, action.
Hi, my name is Candace Nicole. I'm auditioning for the co-host, and our role for the evening is how to keep it hot.
Hot. All right, so here, look. Can we, since we together, right? If I'm into all 50 shades, can we make that work?
Yes, we can.
But no, black folks don't do shades.
It doesn't matter the color. You can't put it black, white. If you want to have kinky sex, any type of sex you want to have, if you and your partner discuss it and you both are comfortable with it, then go for it.
What if you're not comfortable with what I want to do? Can I help make you comfortable?
Depends on what you want to do.
You
You
know,
can discuss it and you can explain it. You can read on it. If a person is like, let's say, say you wanted to use nipple clamps on me, and I'm not sure if I want you to do that. So what we can do is we can research it. You can't pressure me and try to make me force me to do it. So we'll research it. We can watch videos.
can I just can I surprise you with?
Not if I'm not comfortable with it. So basically, if you want to have this type of sex, you guys need to sit down and discuss what type of sex you want to have. If it's going to be rough sex, explain what rough sex is. If we're going to bring in sex toys, what sex toys are we going to bring in? Am I comfortable with them? Why or why not?
That takes all the spontaneity out of it.
That's not
I want
true.
I want to just reach around and just grab something and say, "Ooh, guess what? Guess what I got?"
You have to know your partner. Some people you can't spring things on. You have to know the person's personality. Like my personality, for the most part, you can almost spring almost anything on me as long as we're not bringing other people in our situation.
Oh man! So if we're going to really keep it hot, are there any boundaries to keeping it hot, other than things that are medically impossible? Are there any boundaries?
Well, you have to discuss what you're open to. Like, for instance, I would be open to spankings, I would be open to bondage, but everybody's not open to that. I would be open to vibrators and things of that nature, and a little bit further. But like I said, if you're going to be sexually involved with someone and you're in a relationship with them, you have to have great communication. You have to discuss everything. Like, you have to discuss, like, your plans if you want to get married, et cetera, et cetera. But when it comes to sex, you have to be open too. You
can't be shy, you can't be timid. You just have to say what you want to do and what you won't do.
So when we plan our safe word, right? Should safe word be something that is a normal word, or is it be how do we plan good safe words so we don't accidentally say safe when we don't want to be safe?
Well, you have to discuss the word that that you both are going to remember. Like it could be something like pickles. Like if it's going like way left and you're not enjoying it, you could say pickles. That'll make you stop immediately.
Okay. Now, but there are different levels of this. I mean, there's the safe word like absolutely not. Then there's another, what's called a warm word that you get a little uncomfortable, but you're okay.
Right. There's all different levels. So, like I said, you will have to sit down with your partner and say, these are our safe words, and if you want it to stop immediately, this is what you say. And that person has to understand, regardless of how worked up, how turned on you are, you have to stop and respect their wishes.
And I suppose that no cannot be one of these words.
No shouldn't be one of those words.
Because no doesn't always mean.
Because especially if you're role playing, you can be like, no, don't do that, but you really want them to. So it has to be a word that you're not going to get confused with anything else.
And most women realize that no to a man really is like say sick him to a dog.
Depends on the situation. You have to make sure we're talking, clarify the situation. If we're having consensual sex, then no can mean.
Yes.
But it really means can't.
Okay. So, are there things that married couples cannot do because it's just not very dignified for married couples to do?
I disagree. Married couples can do anything they want to do.
You think being married gives you more latitude than not being married? No?
But I think when you're married, especially depending how long you've been married for, you have to be open to do other things that are hot and spicy. But there's no limit to what anyone can do, as long as you two are comfortable.
All right. Hot. Thank you so much for having this conversation.
Candace, tell us, where do you live?
I live in Richmond.
And you're committed to being here every week for 12 weeks, 12 to 14 weeks?
Yes.
You get ready to talk? You get ready to start?
We're almost
Just make no, you're fine. Just let me make a quick announcement. It's still happy hour, so when you guys get done, if you want to order some wings and shrimp, you can, and they have a menu right up here for you.
Wings.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, action.
I'm Rhonda Arrington, and I am here for the audition for correspondent, as well as preferably for co-host. And my rule is know your baggage.
Why, Rhonda, why do you bring baggage? We've been dating now for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Why do you bring all this baggage to this relationship?
Listen, it goes back to Adam and Eve, you know? I mean, the first baggage was whatever they made the fig leaf out of, you know? Whatever your experiences are what you're going to bring to this relationship. And so I'm going to bring my baggage. It could be hefty baggage. It could be Louis Vuitton. It could be Target Red Card Special. But I'm bringing some type of baggage because if you've lived life, if you are more than a year old, you have experiences, so you are bringing something with you.
See, but I can live with your experiences.
Yeah.
Your experiences help make who you are.
That's it.
But his baggage has caused me all kind of issues. Just because he did you wrong doesn't mean you got to be looking at me with a side eye.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing though. Just because I have baggage doesn't necessarily mean that I look at you as my trash man and I want to throw my baggage on you. You know, because you come with baggage too. You know, you don't want to give me money because the girls before, they stole your money and they had thought behavior.
Give me money.
You know, I'm just saying.
And
Yeah.
look, and all I'm saying is that your baggage causes me all kinds of issues because if I'm going to love you, I'm going to love you in spite of all that, but you make it hard because you be dragging that baggage, man. You drag that baggage the last 20, 30 years.
Well,
When
you
are
know,
you going to unpack it?
Well, first of all, I just like to say that I haven't been having it for 20 or 30 years. I'm not that old. But that's first. I just feel like that's all right, girlfriend. Everybody has baggage because we all have negative experiences. Am I right? We all have adverse experiences and we have positive ones. But if you are the guy that you say that you are, what you're going to do is help me figure out where to put this baggage. You know, I'm going to be like that bag lady Erykah Badu talked about, and I'm going to figure out where to drop my bags and let them go if you are the guy to help me with that.
So how can I be the guy to help you figure out where to drop your bags? You haven't. Shouldn't you have dropped your bags off before you got to me, so I can be the man to help you go on your next trip?
That's really great. I like how you with that, you know, that trip. But here's the thing, speaking of trips, you take different bags and different luggages on different trips, correct?
That's true.
And so I may have gotten rid of that 5-piece luggage set, but that clutch I'm still hanging on to. And that could be something minor, something that's a trigger for me. And so what you can do, if you notice, is a blind spot. You know when you're driving and someone and you getting over and you're in your blind spot. Sometimes there's baggage that I'm not aware I have.
Like you're crazy.
You wouldn't say crazy. Because if I'm crazy, you know, that's you kind of don't want to call me crazy, you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You may have ITS, Ike Turner syndrome, and so you might bring out some things in me that I was in a previous ITS, you know. But what happens though, I think that what can help me let go of baggage, whether it's small or big, is that if you notice something that I'm not aware of, that you kind of bring it to my attention, hold me accountable. Say, hey, I'm not the one who hit
I
you.
didn't do that to you.
That's it.
I didn't do it, so I don't deserve this. 'Cause I didn't do that to you.
Exactly. Talk about it. Don't talk about me behind my back or assume that I'm a nag or that I'm crazy. I mean, I got a little bit of ADHD, but that don't make me crazy, you know. And so just talk to me. Tell me. Hold me accountable.
If I'm the right man for you, am I the one who's going to help you unpack your baggage, or at least know where to store your baggage?
Yes, you are. And the hope, though, is that both of us, that we are coming, most of the baggage we've already dropped, you know, and we can let go of. But we still have life to unfold. And so you should be able to bring it out of me, and I should be able to bring it out of you. And like you said, I like it's great. And maybe put it in different storage places, because sometimes I need to know about the lady who burned your drawers and threw all the bleach on your clothes. I need to know what was that hot spot, you know, what drove her to that. So we need to be able to do that for one another.
Okay, so being that I have very little baggage, and you come with a
Oh,
lot of
okay,
baggage,
okay.
But
Perception is reality.
is it possible that there may be things still in your bags yet to be unpacked, when mixed with things in my bag yet to be unpacked, give us a collective thing that becomes whole? So the bits and pieces there and my bits and pieces come together to become whole.
That's good. I mean, you know, I've been married for a little bit, and I've gone to quite a few seminars. And one thing that I've realized with men and women is that we have a lot of unsaid expectations. And with those, that's the end.
That's it.
Oh, because I had some more to go.